Hey, everybody. Welcome to the show. We have another week here with a couple guests talking about their book. I'm going to introduce them to you right now. We have Doc and
Hello.
Amy. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Glad you guys could pop in. So, let's see who we got in the chat today. Looks like we got Crazy Mad. He's always first. Always first. We have you, Doc. Look at that. We have Mo Biggs in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have The Art and Times of Jay Ryan. You can't buy love, but you'd be surprised at how easy it is to rent. Ooh. That sounds shady, man. Sounds a little shady. And he says, hey, Mo. Mo says, hail, Doc and Amy. Yes, welcome to the show. And don't worry about stepping on anybody. If we step on each other, it's okay. We have train wrecks on here all the time, so it's all good. And we just roll with it. Whatever happens, happens. No matter how ugly it gets, and it gets pretty ugly.
Trying to get better at it.
Okay, I'm terrible at it.
So, my wife yells at me constantly for stepping on her.
Yeah, yeah. It's just the way it is, man. With 2 or more people in here, you just start doing it. So no big deal. And yeah, it's just the way it is. But welcome to the show, everybody.
Well, thank you.
We are going to get into your book in just a few minutes. But before we do that, we have a question of the week we have to get into. Crazy Matt asks, would you rather find the love of your life or a suitcase full of $10 million?
I answered it in the chat.
You did. Let's see what you said. For 10 mil, I could buy love a couple times. Laugh out loud. Yes. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. That's a tough question.
That is not a tough question for me. I would take love of my life hands down 1,000,000 times over.
Okay. Not a tough question. Okay. You had it like right then and there too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I may have found that, and it's been really fantastic for almost 20 years, so I wouldn't want to miss that opportunity again.
Okay. I think that's great. I think that's awesome. If you knew that you were going to find the love of your life, I think it's like, boom, yeah, done deal. But what if you didn't know? I guess that's not part of the question, is it?
Yeah.
No.
But if you pick it, then it is guaranteed. And again, I don't know, having somebody by your side for probably the rest of your life then to me is worth more than $10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fulfillment, man.
Well, what if $10 million is the love of your life?
Then you're just extra lucky because you're like, joke's on you. I don't care about people.
And some people don't, and that's okay. No, money would be great, but mo money, mo problems, mo bigs.
Yeah.
What if you found out the love of your life was Murph? Oh my God. Mo, I'm going to ban you, Mo. I'm going to kick you right now. I just have to get you out of here. That's not cool.
Then so be it. If he was the love of my life, then I think that maybe the like universal optometrist glasses would click on and I'd be like, oh my God, you're the love of my life.
Really? I think I'd have a heart attack. I'd kill over and I'd just be done with it because I couldn't stand it. Murph cannot be the love of my life. It just won't happen.
Yeah,
I'm
but
taking the 10 mil.
I have to agree with Crazy Mad there.
I'm taking the 10 mil.
Yeah.
Man, you could do a lot.
Do a lot with 10 mil. That's a couple islands.
Right.
It is. It really is. And a few businesses and like anything to set yourself up, right?
At least a politician or 3.
Yeah.
Right.
And their platforms.
Islands where though, Doc? Because I was looking into buying an island when COVID happened and all the cheap ones are in Canada.
Oh.
Far enough out, you can go ahead and declare, what do they call that, a micronation? Have you ever looked into one of those?
Ooh, not seriously, but I mean,
honestly, I did a fascinating hyper-focused research on micronations, and believe it or not, who's the what's
Wow.
Well,
there's
Liberland. That was the smallest.
Liberland? I've never heard of it.
There's an aqualand somewhere off the coast in the UK where it specializes, and all of its funds come from the research of aquatic creatures or some
It sounds
marine something.
kind of cool.
I'm trying to remember his name. It was one of the famous writers.
If you had that, wouldn't you make an underwater lair?
I might have to.
I mean, come on. That would be friggin' cool. You would have to. If you had your own island, you'd have to have an underwater lair.
I'd rather have
just the way it is.
Be above the
water. You would?
Yeah. Being underwater.
Ernest Hemingway's brother went down to the Caribbeans and tried to create a micronation with its sole currency being stamps.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now look at this. So, Amy, the problem is Murph wouldn't be there when you need him. And that's true. Like he's not here now. Look how he always abandons poor Derek. And then Crazy Mad goes, I can buy a lot of hookers with 10 mil. That's the same as love.
Definition of love.
But that's a lot of love you have to clean up.
That's a lot of bad loving, man. That's bad loving. In a car with 4-person trunk, you do the math. Woo! Gosh, it's getting creepy in here. Ooh, man.
Like $10 million is just seed money into a serial killing career.
No, I'm more for the lair.
A lair, right?
Yeah. A lair might be fun. Or maybe explore Antarctica. Come on, nobody's claimed that place yet.
Yeah, but you might get like war at that point. They might send their armies after you at that point. You know what I mean?
What about going to the North Pole then? Because nobody really does that either. I would be down for either one.
Why don't we make boats that look more like a gyroscope so that they can't flip in the heavy waves in water, and we can just build our own island. We can just
that's a good idea. I like it.
The great trash reef, melt it down, make it into barrels.
That sounds a great idea, but Mo says, yeah, this stuff is getting creepy. Anyway, back to my lair. Yeah, it's my specialty. What can I say? Oh, too fun. See what I mean? Crazy Mad's question of the week is always great. Always great.
Gets the creativity flowing.
It really does. It gets us rolling and just laughing, and then I have to kick Mo out. It's great. So I've explored enough. Yeah, I've explored enough. If I had 10 million, I'd be sipping cocktails in my hot tub.
But it could be a hot tub in Antarctica. Just saying.
Yeah.
Inside in the heat.
That's true. I don't know, man. I hate cold so bad, though. It gets to my bones. And so the older I get, the more I hate it. And I'm just like, I want the warmth. Tropical island sounds better with the underground lair.
You see, I grew up in Florida. My beach, my middle school was on the beach. So the tropical island is a totally different meaning to me. It's the first snowfall, which is really pretty. Now, no, snow is cold for a Florida boy, and getting out into it is not fun, but it is very pretty to watch from the warmth of my house.
Right. If Dirk got rid of me, how many people would still watch? Well, it looks like I count about 2. Oh my God. We used to have such a bigger audience. I don't know what happened. I think somebody's streaming at the same time as us. So we've lost some numbers, unfortunately. But we get more replays, which is good. Antarctica is a terrible idea to me. Yeah, it's just cold. Cold is terrible for me. Mm-hmm. And I have to stay in the warmth. But I understand, being in Florida, you want to go more towards the areas you're not used to, or, seem a little more magical, right?
Yeah, you're a true Floridian. I've heard that when you recognize the 4 seasons as love bug season, hurricane season, tourist season, and summer. That's the Florida year.
Okay. So tourist season is winter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Snowbirds, they come from all over the place because it's cold and they're getting away.
Yeah.
And the cold in Florida is like 60. Maybe 50.
Right. Mo says YouTube's suppressing my channel. It says you have 2 viewers. There are 3 people active in the chat, unless Jay and Crazy Matt are the same person. That's true. It could be true. They might be the same person. I think I'll go that. I'll go that route. I don't care. Whatever. We'll get people in here. If they want to watch, they'll watch. If not, they'll watch a replay. And then hopefully we'll get you guys some backers. That's what
or it could be the context of our comic book and they're shadow banning us. Ooh.
Maybe. I doubt it, though. I doubt that. I don't know, though. It depends on the context. Oh, you know what I have to do? I have to share some things. So do you guys want to get into it? We can get into the comic right now if you want to.
Absolutely. Ready when you are.
Okay. What would you like me to show first? Do you want me to show the Kickstarter page? And then we can go through some things? Or do you want me to show art?
Let's go ahead and throw the Kickstarter page up there real quick. And let me give you an introduction into First World and what First World is, or how First World is more.
Okay. Let me scroll up and get ready for it. And
now, just to preface this, is everybody watching, if you're aware of the Mandela effect, which is the collective memory that is wrong according to some. So, for example, the Mandela effect, where some people remember him dying in the late 80s and other people remember him dying in 2012. And that is when everybody starts to question their take on reality. We start with that parody for First World. That is what is the setup
pretty cool.
for the creation of First World, is we use the Harambe effect.
So I got a question. What made you pick Harambe?
The dark
as
corner
a starting
of the internet, mainly Reddit and iFunny.
Okay. Well, it's funny because Harambe was in Cincinnati Zoo, right?
In 2016. To be more exact, the day after his birthday.
Okay.
I had to do some research on it. It was kind of sad.
It's interesting. Well, I'm an Ohio boy, so I'm in Ohio right now.
Yes.
And so it's interesting to hear how this had such an impact on people. And Harambe was a big deal at that time. And I still hear about it to this day, and my chats brought it up at different times as well. So it has an impact.
Well, there's even a bot still alive on Twitter, evidently. Every time it's mentioned Harambe in my posts that I put up there, it retweets them for me.
Ooh.
So they're not going to let this die. And, why not?
Yeah.
It's a great idea. How much shit has happened since 2016?
A whole lot of shit.
Good places any to start if we're going to start making fun of things.
Yes. And, I keep saying to people, I feel like I'm in clown world. You know what I mean? Like we are in some kind of topsy-turvy shift. Like we're almost in a parallel universe, but we just got bumped to the side a little bit and we're just off kilter.
Congratulations. I mean? You just discovered the plot line of the comic.
That's the plot line of First World. Wow. Have you read it?
Okay, I got to shut up.
Bernstein Bears split timeline is literally how I first started explaining this to Doc. I was like, screw the Mandela effect. It's the Bernstein Bears. We're in the Bernstein Bears dimension now, okay?
Okay, yes. And I feel like that as well. It's kind of funny, but I almost feel like that ever since 9/11, though, not since Harambe.
Yeah, but that's a lot to catch up on, and I really want to make fun of this of the whole COVID thing. So I had to get closer.
Blame you. That's a lot of time to cover, but that's where I would say that's kind of where I feel like the shift in the axis
started.
happened.
Well, maybe that was the first shift, because
that's where the dial.
This could have been a couple of different times, Well, plot point of the whole thing is we actually have a monkey that helps steer the timeline through his chronovisor, is what the Vatican call it, but we call it a time TV. So he can see the past, present, and future, so he knows that the way his outcomes to be. But we'll be introduced to him a bit later. We'll get back to that.
That's cool.
But First World came from the need to actually make fun of the craziness we have just been discussing and we have been experiencing over the past half decade. And what better way to frame it out than entertainment? And as an avid comic collector and a comic book fan, that is, of course, something I've always wanted to do. So
nice.
Why not? And I did it.
I think it's awesome. You got to start somewhere.
Absolutely. So from there, we started creating I started creating characters and writing them out because they just kept springing into my head, and anybody and everybody I can think of became a character, or any idea that I could think of became a character. And that's when I had to reach out and start to putting together a team to create First World.
Okay. That's really cool. And so, Amy, you're the writer, correct? Amy, are you here?
I'm sorry. I think I just broke up. What was that?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the writer for the story, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. But you took his ideas for the characters, and then you're the one that's melding it all together for him.
Yeah. Yep. You got it.
Okay.
She's taking my madness and my rambling, and she's turning it into a script, and my crazy characters, putting them into the storylines so that we can openly mock every event we can think of.
I mean, that's a big job. It is a big job to try to make a cohesive story out of all the weird, wacky fun. I think it'd be hard to tie it all together somewhat.
It's writing itself, a lot of it, and Amy then ties it together with the dialogue.
Probably longer than I've been illustrating for. So
okay, it's the dialogue where she really shines, and then brings into the interaction with the characters that are amazing.
Yeah. Mo says, "I'm sorry, I think I just broke up. Should have gone with the 10 mil." Oh, too good. Too good. Okay. So where would you like me to go? You want me to scroll down, show anything?
Let's go ahead and roll through the page real quick. This is our Kickstarter campaign that we're running. We are down to the very last day. We've got one more day left and before it expires. So anybody that wants in on it, now is the time to jump in if you're listening to this within time. This is the first issue of First World, and we are going to go ahead and take it through the Harambe effect and set the story of First World by the death of the gorilla. If you want to keep scrolling, I can get through this.
Scroll down. Okay. I can do it.
The death of Harambe, as it goes through, we take a perspective approach at establishing Harambe in a very direct pattern of what happened. And then we start to discuss how and why it happened, which is ultimately more important than what happened.
Okay.
We do have 3 different variants for anybody who is interested in collecting variants. I happen to be a variant collector myself, so I collect the variants. So the issue we're looking at right now, the front cover there, is our main cover that was done by the line artist Osiris Santos.
Nice.
That is what is the main reward you can get for the digital print or the main mailer print. That's between $5 or $10. Any support you have could help. Scrolling down to the next issue, or the next variant, or the first variant, is going to be Amy's variant. So Amy is the one that did this variant for us, which is variant A, and it is.
I like the style difference. I think that's good.
Yes.
No, really. I'm not making fun of that. I'm saying I really think the style difference is good.
And that's where you highlight those is in the variants a lot with.
Yeah. I think that's great. Now, I mean, poor old Harambe, he has to do 3 covers of death. But it's great.
But it's all about perspective too,
Yeah.
And also, if you notice our first little Easter egg in there is it's issue #1. Exclamation point, which I should trademark before the credit card company gets a hold of it.
Right. So let me ask Crazy Matt here. He says, did the Mandela effect make you choose Kickstarter over Indiegogo? In alternative universe, you should have gone with IGG.
If I was a smarter man, I probably should have gone with Indiegogo. Absolutely.
Sure.
I chose Kickstarter under recommendations that I shall not mention.
I mean, that's the way it goes. I mean, a lot of people if you get in certain circles, they're going to recommend one platform or
and they will, and it's all in what they have backing in and what they have understanding
yes.
of and experience in.
I don't know if I'd call it a mistake, man. I mean, if you're having some success, and it looks like you were funded already, right?
We did fund. We're right there at the end at the finish line, and we barely got over it, but we are over it, absolutely.
Sure.
I am thinking about possibly throwing this again at Indiegogo just to see what it can do there to spread it a little bit further. Absolutely.
That's what I was going to say, because you'll get a different audience, and
that's what I'm watching now that I'm getting further into this. As I'm learning, like I said, none of us have ever done anything like this, so it's a huge learning curve on our side.
I know how that feels exactly. So,
and then variant cover B is going to be from our concept artist Antone, and he's the one that put this together for us. And it reminds me of the Star Wars poster from the late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
But when I asked him about it, he said that had no play in it. That was just what he saw to it. It's just what it saw to me in my head.
Yeah, it's different images in the blood and I mean,
the way it all ties together. Yeah.
Yeah, it all ties together. Is that Cincinnati down in the bottom?
That is Major City down in the bottom.
Major City.
We have very unique naming conventions in First World. We want to make sure nobody gets confused. And so no, that's Major City.
I don't know if I'd call it a mistake. Dirk just exposed himself as an unnamed friend. Look at that. Just so you know, I had no part in their decision to pick whatever platform they wanted to choose. And, I guess I was talking about this with my wife earlier. I was like, as I thought about it, I kind of wanted to release our book on Kickstarter at one point. And I don't know if it's worth it yet or not. I still haven't made up my mind. But it does make me wonder, like, IGG has done some things with people's campaigns, kind of shadow banned them, hid them for various reasons. And then Kickstarter has done the same thing, where they've given some other people some trouble. So it's like both platforms have kind of done very similar things with people's campaigns. And I don't know if there is a better one. Yeah. What other platforms? So right now, these are the platforms people have. We're just going to have to pick one and go with it. And I think that's just, I think
I'm going to pick
where we're at. Yeah. And I don't see a problem with you doing that at all, man. Get your book. I think it's about getting your book out to people. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, and it's trying to build the audience for it and getting the recognition, because with content like this, none of the publishers are going to touch us. So
exactly.
I tried to go to Image, I didn't even get a response. We tried to go to a lot of the different ones. Yeah, there was no response. Shockingly,
yeah, shocking.
So that's what I'm saying. I guess we should do it ourselves.
I don't blame you. So this is why I stick with GoFundMo. Yeah, I know. Where's that platform, Mo? Come on, put it out there for everybody. Did Dirk choose the 10 mil over Casey? Casey's my wife. No, I did not choose the 10 mil over Casey. I said if I knew that I was going to get my true love, of course I would pick that. But if I didn't know, then I might have to weigh it out.
But if you already had that, you could grab the 10 mil. Who'd know the
difference, right? There you go.
Just saying. There you go. There's a back door.
There is a back door. Yeah. Crazy mad. I don't know, man. You're just trying to box me in. Not going to work. All right. Well, I like your variant covers, because we did the same thing. We had 3 covers for our first book, and all of them stylistically different. And I think that's a great thing to do. And it gives people a pick, if they don't want serious art, they can go for a more, a little more loose, a little more fun, something like that,
Did you have different artists doing them?
No, I did all 3 of them, actually.
Oh, okay. Let me ask you one other thing. Yeah. What is your opinion on this? I saw a huge debate on this on Twitter earlier. The question was, how do you feel about cover art of a comic not necessarily matching, the art on the interior? And it was like 50-50. People were like either super like crazy about, yes, it has to match, or people were like, no, I think it's great. I like it different.
Well, for one thing, for this kind of book, because it's it's meant to be, it's satire, right?
Heavy, yeah.
I would say I think funny covers and, if you go with a more cartoony style, I think that works great for the style of story you're telling. So I think as long as it goes with something like that, I don't think it matters if the art's exact, because then what if you pick an artist that is, let's say they're phenomenal, you know what I mean? And they just do this. What if they're a superstar artist? You know what I mean? That level of art is going to be up here. Right. And then somebody else may not be there. So you're not always going to have matching art. And I think that doesn't make sense, I think it should match your story. That's what I think.
Right. Match the story, but not necessarily the interior art.
Yeah. Not necessarily the interior art level. I mean, there's just different places people, and especially if you're telling a joke, what if you have a great joke cover or something for the front, I would say go with it. I would say go with it. So
yeah, I as a variant collector, I actually like the different style covers from the different artists.
That's what I like.
I collect those.
Yeah,
I love seeing different people's interpretations of the same, storyline or characters or plot points.
Yeah.
That never gets old.
One thing I don't like is when a cover doesn't make sense, and so you'll see a cover and then you don't get any of it on the inside of the book. And I'm like, wait, that character's right there. Why don't we see that character here? And, they used to do that in Marvel. You'd see this bad guy, but you might get him in 1 or 2 panels. You don't get anything else. And you're like, what the hell happened? You know what I mean? And I'm like,
but he's on the cover and you expect the whole story to be about him.
Yes. And yes, it's not cool. And I'm like, don't do that. So the one thing we did, our covers were actual scenes from our book, but we just might have twisted them a little. So you might get a different camera angle.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, so
I'm coming up with cover ideas for issue 2 right now. And
okay.
Yeah, that's a very interesting concept.
So our first cover was a team cover because it's a team it's a fantasy book. It's like Lord of the Rings. We have a team of people and they were on the first cover. So we called that the main team cover. Then we had an homage cover that I did, which was a throwback to an 80s cover that was Wolverine versus Captain America. And I took my character versus this big beast, and he was swiping down with a big axe and hitting it, and it looked like Wolverine did whenever he hit Cap's shield. And so it was an homage to the art, but it's also because my heart, goes back to those old school books.
Right.
And so I like that throwback art, even though the interior wasn't necessarily, going to look like that.
Yeah.
And then we had this wraparound cover, which was a little more throwback to the Conan days, like the old Conan books. And it's just a little more stylized like that. So I think it fits the book. Otherwise, I wouldn't have wanted them at all. So, yeah. And I feel like you'll know in your gut if it don't work.
Yeah.
I really believe that. So go with what you love.
I'm excited about one of the covers I've come up with for issue 2. I don't want to go too far into a spoiler because I'm not sure legally how much trouble I'm going to get in for it. So we'll just leave it right there. But yeah, I'm really excited for one of my covers I've come up with for issue 2.
Okay. Legally, does that mean you're doing like a parody of something?
Oh, yes. This whole book is a parody of something.
Well, I just meant like you're going to put somebody's face on there and they may get pissed off.
No, but I am thinking of maybe an iconic scene from a large corporation who has very big attorneys.
Okay. Well, if you change it enough,
you know
what I mean?
Yeah. I don't have very big attorneys, but I do have some that I can consult. And most of the time they tell me, they're like, why are you bringing this to me? Oh my God, what are you doing now?
That's cool. You got to keep on their toes.
Well, and I want to make sure I don't go absolutely too far exercising my First Amendment right of parody and satire and, accidentally get canceled in a court.
Right. No doubt. No doubt. Mo says, with the new Willow show recently coming out, Dirk recently did a Warwick Davis homage in one of his panels.
Nice.
So there's a view that I had where a guy was looking down on top of other characters from a ridge. And because he was looking down, it condensed the view and foreshortened their bodies. And so they were making fun of me in the chat because he said Mo said they look like midgets or little people. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So they've been giving me hell about that for, this last week and this week.
Oh my God.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's move on. So
shall we? Yes. Interior samples now. So this is the artwork we have on the inside, some samples of that, and just the setup. Notice you see we're in the Major City Zoo. We're not in Cincinnati anymore. It's done split. And this is the Harambe effect beginning with the dead gorilla right there in the middle.
Okay. Sorry, I was cutting off the top of the panel. I didn't realize it first. So now I see it all. And I really, I think that's great because it's just funny because you keep seeing the death of Harambe like over and over again. And I'm starting to think that is really going to get ingrained in people's heads.
It already has. That horse, we're going to beat this gorilla until it stops spitting out money.
Oh, man. Morbid and twisted. No, it's
absolutely. And in that panel for a teaser is one of our first Easter eggs. We'll see how many people watch the playbacks and find these Easter eggs on rereads.
Nice. Hey, it looks like Murph showed up. So look at this. Well, look who decided to join up.
Well, hello there, sir.
Hey, everybody. What are you doing? Messed up.
What?
Can you hear me?
What'd you say? Yeah.
You can now.
Can you hear me or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, could you not hear me for a second?
Yeah.
I don't know. You trailed out at the end.
Yeah, we heard something.
Just something.
Oh, man.
Okay,
what's up? So you decided to join
now.
up. Okay. Well, it looks like we have to start over. I guess we better kill the show and do it over again.
Fine. What's the question of the week?
Question of the week.
Oh no, we're not going backwards in the show. You hold on. We're in the middle of covering their book.
This is a good stream if Mo's giving me a compliment.
Yeah. Look at that. Hey, the love of Dirk's life is here. Oh my gosh. Now we are in topsy-turvy world. I'm in Major
So you decided
City,
not to take the briefcase.
Yeah, I'm in Major City and Harambe is now dead.
Dirk, I am the love of your life. Let's be honest.
Shit, dude. If that's true, I think my life ends now.
Oh my God.
It's got to be over, dude. Oh man.
Words.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry for interrupting on where I'm with the comic, but what is the question of the week?
No, we're not going backwards. You're gonna have to wait on that.
The question of the week's always good.
Because you'll take another 20 minutes out on it talking with everybody, and we're already on to the book.
You're just hurting Crazy Mad. That's all you're doing. You're not hurting me.
We already gave Crazy Mad his time. Murph and Dirk size, you're a $10 million man. Oh my God. I wish.
I wish too.
If that's true, you might become the love of my life. But
we would have the second book out now if I had $10 million. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's get on with the book. I love this page. I think this page looks really cool. This is my
favorite. I had to put that in there because this is kind of not really the introduction, but the major feel we get to one of the main characters we have, which is Auntie Samantha right there in the middle of there, screaming, "It's ma'am," when she is questioned by the underlings, and also outlining our League of Three Letters, which is, FBI, CIA. They can't tell each other apart. Can we?
I really can't. That's interesting. I like this.
Layers, my friend.
There's a lot of depth to her that she's like jumping off the page, and it's fantastic.
Our artist is amazing.
Pronouns for.
Yeah, it looks great. And so now, did this art change from the opening page that I just saw?
No, it's the same artist from this page.
Same artist.
This is all Osiris.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm sorry, just because I came in. So neither of you are the artist. what do you both do on your book?
I am the creator and the producer, maybe, and Amy is the writer.
Oh, okay.
I have as much I have as much artistic skill as a gnat.
Sure.
Mo, I like it, but Annie Sam could have been Uncle Ma'am.
Very much could have been, yes.
Well, maybe that's another world. If you go into another timeline,
we got to shoot another monkey for that.
We're shooting monkeys.
Yeah, Harambe, dude. Harambe's dead.
How did Mo take that? Mo's a big monkey lover.
Mo already knew it, man. Harambe's, Harambe's the catalyst.
The catalyst of First World. It's what split the timeline and allowed us to go down this dark dystopian, slightly moist rabbit hole that we find ourselves called First World.
Wait, are we being funny, or is that really the osmosis of it?
Look,
that's actually one of my log lines I wrote down. Yes, but it never made it through editing.
That's awesome.
See the middle panel? Awesome. You have to look. Look at the middle panel. There's Harambe, dead. It even says death by the blood.
Man. Oh, poor Harambe. What did he ever do?
I feel like
that's when we opened up the vortex in Krakakum. That's when we have the creation of First World and the split of the timelines. So, kind of like, the Bernstein versus the Bernstein.
Awesome.
What year is this again?
2016.
Okay, because that's what I feel like I'm living in.
Yeah, well, that's when everything went crazy too, right? That's when
that was a real good starting point for it. Yeah. So back to our naming conventions, we go into the studio where we find Above Average Joe. Now we have a
Above Average Joe
large character list of characters, like ridiculously large. That's one of the hard tasks I gave to Amy. Is here is like 900 characters. Make a story. And we found out very, very quickly we needed to have different story elements in order to tell it. So we have the comicception, where we have taken a podcast and put it inside of a comic book in order to use it as a storytelling arc to house this many characters in a cohesive story.
Okay. Krakakum sounds like Bancroft's special move in Street Fighter. They probably don't know who Bancroft is, Mo. Do you guys know who Bancroft is?
I've been playing video games since the 1992 or 3, so yeah.
Which Street Fighter? And that's the one with the crazy
hair? No, I meant Bancroft. Bancroft is a guy in the comic community with us. Oh. And they're saying he uses those kind of sound effects. So I didn't think you guys would probably know who he was if you haven't been around many of the shows. So, but yeah.
But this is where Above Average Joe is talking with Anon, who is our anonymous whistleblower, trying to tell him that Harambe's death is when it all started, and it was done on purpose.
Okay.
Is that a real third eye, or like a tattoo, or?
No. Above Average Joe has 3 eyes. He kind of sits right outside of First World and peers into the madness or the almost apocalyptic calamities.
Nice.
That's cool. I like it. It's not letting me scroll sometimes. It scrolls on the tiers.
So we get into our reward tiers. $5 gets you a digital copy. $10 gets you a physical copy. $20 gets you a variant. You choose Amy's variant or Antone's variant. $40.
Well, they're both pretty bad. I mean, look, it's got Harambe on all 3 covers, dude.
Oh, man.
With a hole in his head on all 3 covers.
Yeah.
We need to just drive the point home of what this comic is about.
But the one with his tongue hanging out, I mean, oh my God.
That's Amy's cover. Amy drew that. Yes, that's actually designed as a full cover, believe it or not.
Man.
It wasn't printed as one. The printer didn't understand the directions, but it was designed as a full cover.
Okay.
Hey, welcome Sugar Chris for showing up, man. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so yeah, I like the variant covers, by the way. I think they're great, and they all do something a little different, which is also what's really good about them.
And
it allows them to highlight their art.
People love to seem to love more and more covers.
Well, they do, and so these are the 3 covers right here, so you can see Above Average Is it Above Average Man?
Yeah.
Above Average Joe.
Joe. Okay. So you can see Above Average Joe and Harambe, and then Harambe and Harambe. He's dead in the background with his blood back there.
So. Well, the middle character is actually Mama Nat, and over there in the corner holding a gun is Auntie Samantha.
Ah, all right.
And then that's Harambe at the top laying down with the cape of blood in the background.
Poor Harambe.
Harambe. Oh, man. He's the fall guy.
This is where you get into the interesting tiers. So $40 gets you all the covers. $75 gets you all the covers, a signed copy of the script for issue 1. So you can see what it looks like going from script to comic book. And you also get that funky little First World socks you see over there in the corner. I've done some merchandising for First World already, so I've got some socks on their way that I thought were very, very cool, so we had to throw them in there.
Yeah, I haven't seen anyone else do socks, so yeah, that is pretty cool.
I like socks. Yeah. I'm a socks fan. I've got a pair of socks in the glove box of my car. You got to keep your feet dry.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next tiers are the big boy tiers. $250 gets you the immortalized in First World. So you send us a photo of either yourself or somebody you would like to throw into First World, and they will actually be drawn into the background as a supporting character in either issues 2 or 3, depending on what stage we're at when we get the photos and finish this out. We're about halfway done with issue 2 already right now.
That's a lot of fun.
And then, of course, the Big Daddy VIP package, if you really want to go ahead and throw it First World and help us get this message out there. $500, I'm going to let you not only get everything else before it, but I'm also going to let you design your own variant, which means I will let you have Amy or Antone or Osiris, and you describe to them how you want your variant to look if you are not an artist yourself, or if you're an artist, you can supply me a variant that you have created based on issue 2, and I will print a fan variant.
Oh, wow. I don't know if I've heard that being done either.
And I would love
that would be a limited run.
Bring on the challenge, baby.
Yeah, that's awesome.
If we could just skip real quick past the characters, because I sent all those to you, and we can flip through those in a minute. And let's give everybody credit on the team so we can see who else has put First World together. So that's me, of course. We can scroll past this. Everybody knows me now. This is Lisa. Lisa is the director of the whole project. She helps me steer this ship and a couple other ships that I drive or that I've built. And she helps just me keep my head firmly out of my own butthole. She does a lot for us.
Very important work.
Head
out of butthole guarding.
She has
I'm really sorry.
Magazines, so she also is real good at helping us put things together and make connections, because none of us had a background in the production of comics before beginning this venture.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry, my dogs are going crazy, so I'm going to leave myself muted for a few minutes until they shut up. So Murph, have at it.
That's fine. I mean, you still got to move the pictures though.
This is Amy. Amy's on here with us talking. She is the writer of First World, and she helps turn the creation of this into a script and convey it over to our artist. The next one is going to be Antone. He is our concept artist. He is the one that we're going to be looking at next with the concept art, not the line art of the comic book, but the concept artist.
Cool.
Scroll down a little bit more and we get to the artist, which is Osiris, is the line artist of the book itself. He's the one that has done all the line work of First World and is an amazing artist out of Brazil. Yeah,
there seems to be a lot of artists in Brazil.
He's an incredible artist. Oh my God, he's blown both of my socks off, not just one. Especially coming up on issue 2, kind of seeing the way that he's interpreted some of the storyboarding Amy and I has given him. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I
love it. Say too many good things about him.
Yeah, we've had our colorist was actually from Brazil as well.
Yeah, seems to be a big artist community in Brazil, especially in the independent comic scene.
Well, he's been in the comic scenes from what I hear for about 30 years. Is that right, Amy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's got quite a bit of a background to give us, and I love the way he makes the characters kind of pop off the page, and he can show the emotion in the characters.
Yeah,
he's an incredible artist. I can't say enough nice things.
That's really
so you guys
cool.
have a pretty big team.
We do have a decent team.
Are you going to try to keep everyone as it's ongoing? Is it going to be different with different issues? How are you kind of tackling that?
As of right now, everybody is still on board for issue 2 that we have credited here in issue 1 so far.
Wow.
Okay.
So I skated across that very nicely as Amy laughs in the background. We did just lose our colorist. So we are going to have to probably replace our colorist, or Amy is going to fill that position at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's tough. I mean, we added, what do we have, Murph?
How many people did? Well, we had 2 colorists because our first colorist passed away.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. And Derek did the art plus the inking. We did have an inker for our covers though. So
yeah,
what do we have? 5 people on the team?
Somewhere in there. Would have been 4. Eric Weathers lettered.
Oh, you're right, Eric. And... Yeah, of course, Eric Weathers. And then we had what's his name? Look over the book, edit it.
Yeah, Kemosabe.
So, yeah, thank you.
The Byron Carver. And so, yeah, we had about 6 or 7 people that
I see. I think issue 1 took us 6 different people that are all credited by the end of it. By the time our letter and everything.
7 people. How long is it?
We only did 30 pages.
Wow.
But
how long did it take you guys, if you don't mind me asking?
Way too long. It took us 5 years to get off the ground because that's from concept and everything. But our first endeavor, and we really didn't know until about 2 years ago that we were even going to try to crowdfund it. So the first 3 years was just plugging away, just doing whatever. And then the last 2 years were more like, okay, we got to get serious and get down into it. Mm-hmm. So
I think we jumped a little bit deeper in the well than that one. This started off as a joke back in May.
I think it's great. I mean,
now we're only 20 pages,
awesome.
But we may have jumped too deep, too fast. Maybe that's what I've been told by a couple.
I don't know. I think it's different for everybody. To be honest, I think for the first time out for us, that's just the way it had to work. I have a full-time job. I can't draw 100% of my time. I have a family. I have a wife. So I'm not 100% artist. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just the way it goes. But other people, that's what they do only. And so if they can crank out 20 pages and do it in 2 months or whatever, then that's great.
Osiris is a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really
that's the way some people are.
And he's taking projects. I can't believe it. I don't understand. I'm married. I have kids. I have other things I do. And I still, I still do more than I probably should and sleep less than I probably should,
Well, I decided to pick this project up while I'm running another business. So, we're all crazy.
Oh, yeah. That's the way it is. Yeah. I mean, it's individual, and that's the beauty of it too. So you just got to figure out how to make it work. And
I've learned a lot over this venture in a very short period of time, and it's been a very, very educational jaunt. Yes.
That's what's done to us. And, it's for me now, it's about the second book. Can I get it out, in a year?
What's your goal within the next year?
Well, we would like to get another issue out, but that's a big task,
Yeah.
Because the amount of work that it's going to take is going to be double or triple than what we did for the first issue, because it'll have to be in a shorter amount of time.
Yeah.
And that's why we were talking about
shooting for the second book.
30?
Probably close to the same. Yeah.
Gotcha.
30.
Yeah. And then, but we were even talking about putting on a second artist just so we could get it done.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me know how that works out. I've never been part of that.
I mean, it just depends. We're going to try it. I mean,
nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Hail Immortal Rising. Thanks for showing up, man.
So if you want to go ahead and jump over into the concept art I shared with you, we can go ahead and immerse a little bit further just based on characters, because the concept art really takes us down the rabbit hole.
Okay, let me share this.
It's okay, Mo. It'll be okay.
Will it though? I don't know, Mo. I threatened to ban me. He threatened to ban me from the channel for speculating that Murph was the love of his life. Like it's a crime to have eyes and ears. Oh, my heart hurts. And not for Murph, but because Mo stabbed his knife deep into it. It's bleeding. I feel like Harambe.
Lying dead there on the floor. Helpless.
Okay.
First character on the screen we're going to come across is going to be introduced in issue 2. This is Dee, also known as Devil's Advocate. She may or may not be working both sides of the fence, but she is the street reporter for Above Average Joe that allows us to go ahead and go into the field so we can learn more of the calamities of First World firsthand.
Okay.
Every pun intended.
Something about her I don't trust, though. I don't know if it's the tail.
It's probably the horns.
Could be.
I think it's the horns.
Blessed with the ability to kind of teleport and pop around as need be. Okay, this is Big Pharma.
Oh, cool.
Period.
Big
Do I need to say anything else? This is Big Pharma.
I don't think you need to say anything else.
That's a great name. Oh,
I like it.
So this is the pharmaceutical industry of First World.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, I like the big green blob.
And he gets introduced in issue 2 as well.
Okay. So he's like
issue
a Jabba
2. We're going
the Hutt.
much longer, 36 pages. Yeah. He's kind of a pull off a Jabba the Hutt or just a collection of all. If you zoom in a little bit more, those little specks floating around are different pills and whatnots. So we've got layers. Ooh. And of course, he's got to have his lab coat because every good pharmacist does.
That's
well, he was
dirty.
a gangster in Star Wars, and Big Pharma's basically made by gangsters, so it works.
Right.
The mafia made it.
Nice.
For real.
This is one of my favorite. This is Auntie Samantha or Aunt Sam. Uncle Sam after he decides to transition or after his post-op, kind of what America's turned into.
He couldn't.
I love it.
The funny thing is, I was watching a thing on YouTube where females have transgendered into males, and a lot of them have been getting the male pattern baldness.
Pattern baldness, yes.
Yeah, they hate it. And it's like, that comes with
pattern
testosterone.
baldness. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. Oh, look at that. Xanax the Hut.
Yeah, Pizza the Hut. Xanax the Hut.
I love it. This is good.
So Auntie Sam is going to be a reoccurring character that is introduced in issue 1, a major plot point for issue 1, and of course a major pull too for other issues because America's involved in everything, aren't they?
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorites. I love him. This is Found Fathers. Found Fathers is an Appalachian redneck that happens to be haunted by the founding fathers of America. Okay, you see, so Jefferson might just happen to jump in and possess Found Fathers when he needs to convey a message. Or until then, Found Fathers is just being haunted or bothered by, the likes of Jefferson or Paul Revere or Benjamin Franklin or Thomas Paine or any of the story arcs that we might need to pull on in order to illustrate a point. We can use Found Fathers for that.
Okay.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, are you guys leaning one way politically, or are you going all of it?
Everybody's in our target. We're making fun of everyone. Nobody is safe. The concept of First World is if we haven't offended you yet, give us a minute. We'll get to you. Wait till the next issue.
Okay. That's a good way to go. I like that.
We decided there is no such thing as too far. And that brings us to input. You see, Input happens to be the dictator of a country that is cold-ish Asia.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, cold Asia-ish. Okay, and he happens to run the Betaverse, which is, a social media platform that people can get on.
Nice.
He is also introduced in issue 2.
Okay.
Here we're going to have LGBTQ or SNHRQR. If you notice on the face, the piercing is in a different place each time. So in the bottom, it's on the lip. In the middle, it's on the eyebrow. On the top, it's in the nose. So in each panel that this character shows up in, the piercing is going to be in a different location. And the colors of the rainbow are going to be in a different order because who can make up their mind?
Is his face then she's face moving around all the time?
We're going to be changing the ethnicity of each quadrant.
So you forgot the brown and the pink and
they've got to cover all the nationalities and ethnicities, don't they?
But on the rainbow,
all inclusive.
Didn't they add the brown and the pink rainbow?
We'll see those in the next issue.
Yeah, pink, white, brown.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Hey, Amy, are you like, what the fuck am I doing here? Is that the way you feel, Amy?
I always feel like that no matter where I'm at. So.
Oh, the chat.
Sorry, I'm being extra talkative on this evening.
Oh no.
Does the hair color change too, or no? Does that stay?
The hair color is I don't know. That's a good question. We haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay.
I might need to change the hair color. That would be a good play.
Well, yeah, because you have all the different colors. It could go to any of the colors of the rainbow.
We can do anything with it.
Yeah.
That would be great. Very cool.
Introduces a different 5 letters every time. We come to Papa Time. Papa Time is a demigod we have in First World that he flies around time in his red phone booth called his retardus. And he is kind of a
I like that.
Cross between Flavor Flav meets Rip Van Winkle.
Okay.
Okay.
And of course, he's got to be sporting the tracksuit.
Papa Smurf.
Yeah, he's got the Papa Smurf thing happening right now too. So it's like he's got all that good stuff.
We couldn't decide on an ethnicity, Smurf, so we just didn't choose one. He's a time god.
What do you mean? Like people with blue skin is where they keep the marriage within the family, where they have sex with each other. That's how you get
from Atlantis. You know,
the blue blood.
So he's inbred too.
Yeah,
just like Papa Smurf was. So hey, we're hitting all the cylinders.
Why do you think they were so short too? It was from that inbreeding.
You know, every now and then we have a time slip. It's okay.
Okay.
So was he also version 1? And
there was a couple of different versions of Papa Time until we got it to where I wanted it.
Okay.
It needed more in each different version that we had.
Look at his Clark Griswold shoes.
Yes.
Look at those Clark Griswold shoes. Isn't that great?
I love the tracksuit. The tracksuit was what won it for me.
I like the tracksuit. It reminds me of, I don't know, it just reminded me of a couple different things, and I think it looks fun. Papa Smurf was inbred? I knew you were going to fixate on that.
Yeah, there was only one female in the entire colony.
There's only one female, and like there were only one colony.
Daddy.
Yes.
Where do you think? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, crazy, Matt. It sucks to grow up, doesn't it, man? It sucks to grow up. There was only one adult female Smurf. What did you expect them to do? Wait for the $10 million? No doubt. I wouldn't have. Okay. I love this. Now, this is all Antoine's work, right?
This is all Antone. This is all Antone's work. He's the concept artist. He's the one that's taking our descriptions and turning them into the concepts that Osiris is inking. This is Mama Nat. Mama Nat is the other side of Papa Time, is another demigod, kind of like the Endless in DC's Sandman universe. They have a whole lot of power, but it's kind of limited and restricted, and they're kind of outside of the vortex, so they see both sides. So Mama Nat is Mother Nature herself. Okay, so she looks like she would be able to smack you with the spoon while she's cooking and not even stop cooking.
Yeah, man.
And she gets introduced into issue 1 to correct the story of Harambe and, you know, your side, my side, and what actually happened.
I'm a little confused on her design. I don't see anything that will make someone mad.
Okay. Wait till you read the issue. Wait till you read the issue. You're going to have to.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
You know, everybody's grandma's very sweet when they're standing for a photo.
That's true. Okay. Awesome.
Then you hear what comes out of their mouth. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, this brings us to Mr. Mouseman. Mr. Mouseman is introduced in issue 2 as one of our main villains. And Mr. Mouseman runs Amuseland and financially supports most of the Illuminati's crazy plans that they're coming up with.
Okay.
I like that.
Any guesses on the parody?
Nefarious.
Parody of
Man.
Large stretches.
I have no idea. I'm not seeing anything.
No.
Oh, great! Then we got it deep enough. You see, he runs an amusement park inside of Major City, and he finances all of Hollywood, and he's a mouse.
Okay, there we go. I see it now. I had to put it all together, though.
After the issue 2, there will be no question.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not getting it, but that's okay.
What?
Magic Kingdom and all.
Everything.
Oh, mouse. Okay.
What the hell, Murph?
No, not talking about.
You got to do the bouncing red ball. Just do the bouncing red ball for Murph. He'll get it eventually.
Layers.
God doesn't give him both hands. Okay.
Murph, just wait till she runs into a Captain Planet villain. This pristine river will be the perfect location for my pollution factory. Oh, hell no.
Come on, having a smackdown. Yes.
You know what's really funny? You were saying that this comic started as a joke, but I mean, the Ninja Turtles started as a joke.
Right.
And I mean, one of the biggest things ever. It's been running for 30 years nonstop.
Right.
Yeah, crazy.
So who's the mysterious figure?
That the one standing next to us just for scale.
Okay.
Just for size.
So he's tall then. He's like 6'6".
Oh yeah.
Or maybe 6'8".
Just creepy.
His height is creepy. It's just that it's a more ever-changing height. Just be freaked out.
He's a rat. How do their legs bend, and how tall does he need to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Do we have? Now we're to Pope. This is Pope. Pope pulls all the strings in First World. If you look inside of Pope's hat at the bottom there, you will see his TTV or his time TV, like I was talking about earlier. You know, the Corona visor that the Vatican supposedly has. He won that in a bet from Papa Time years ago. And that gives him the ability to see the past, present, and future. So he knows exactly how to steer the timeline in order to make it do what he needs it to do. He just happens to run a cult obsessed with mothers.
Cool.
I love the
I'm sorry. View. The chat makes me die. So Crazy Mad cannot get off the Smurfs. Smurfette was obviously too young to have all the other Smurfs. There had to be other chick Smurfs that all died. Oh, God. I think we ruined your childhood. I think Brainy Smurf might have been a trans man.
Wow, that took a left turn.
Oh man. Sometimes. I'm sorry, but
so with the concept art,
sorry,
we
can
see just how far this First World spirals.
Thank you. How long his nose is from the side. That's awesome.
We had to get the whole Jigsaw creepy vibe to it. So that's why we're version 2 on this one as well. The first version was way too human looking. We had to give the animatronic puppet conveyed.
This reminds me of like Wizard of Oz type stuff, you know.
Down Mad Hatter, yes. That very, very much. Or Terry Pratchett, First World. I'm sorry, not First World. First World. Terry Pratchett's Discworld.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's fun. All right.
I'm not sure. Do we have more? And now we have Umtra number 1. Yes, Umtra number 1. No, this is Umtra number 2, actually. So Umtra number 2 is going to split off from Umtra number 1, and one of them is going to go run for president of America, and the other one's going to go become a prime minister of Mother Country, you know, back to the naming conventions. And the Mother Country, Umtra, is going to incite something resembling Brexit, while the Umtra number 2 is going to somehow win the presidency of America over his rival Hillary Vogelgate. Now, Hillary Vogelgate we don't have concept art for her yet. It's still being worked on, but she is going to, the description that I have fed to Antone is, okay, she looks like Voldemort, you know, the gray skin, no nose, right? She reeks of suicide, but she can't smell it herself, but she has a pet rat named Accidental Death.
Oh,
Damn.
Umtra is going to split himself apart, becoming Umtra 1 and Umtra 2, kind of like a paper doll as they sing their little song.
And that's why he has those things on his feet, right? Like the
Oh yes, he's an obvious Umpa-de-doo.
That's awesome. I love it.
He is the perfect one to fix all of this, isn't he?
Yeah, I love it.
Or at least he thinks he is.
Great. I love that.
So
okay, what is this?
Oh, this is a little sneak peek of the intro of issue 2 of some of the line art that we've been fed by Osiris. If we want to sneak down it a little bit, would you mind, Amy? You think we can show the first 5 pages?
I don't know about the first 5, but maybe the first 2 or 3.
Let's go first 2 or 3. We'll see if we can get the hint of Mouse Man and where he plays into it. You see, because this nice little family is going to be leaving Rocktown, and they're going to head into Major City 2, not to be confused with Major City. It's another one.
Okay.
It's Major City 2. And he's going to be going to Amuseland inside of Major City 2. So inside of Amuseland inside of Major City 2 is where this family
Wait, how far do you want me to go?
Scroll down one more page. You're good. We're going to go. That's the first page. Now we're into page 2.
Okay.
This is where we introduce Mouse Man. Mr. Mouse Man is in his lair making a phone call.
I like the phone.
Oh, I love the phone.
Yeah, I know the phone.
That was absolutely so Osiris's implant right there, and run with it. That is incredibly awesome.
What'd you say?
Do you remember that? Do you remember this phone? Like they still give these phones to kids right now. So
that's the best phone to make a thread on, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's scroll down just a little bit further. One more page, and that's all we get.
Okay. Crazy Man said this shit is a Cartoon Network cartoon
waiting to happen. Yes, we're actually thinking about possibly pitching an animation off of this.
Oh, that'll be fun, man.
Maybe using this as our pitch.
You have my interest.
Wait, when was Major Titty? I don't remember.
I think he had like he missaid it. Yeah.
Okay. How'd I miss
stay away from Minor City. That's goofy.
Oh yes, that's coming later.
Oh boy.
Mouse Man would probably actually enjoy that.
Oh boy.
And this brings us into Mouse Man's goons that are threatening the mayor of Rocktown.
Okay.
You see his duck and his dog Goon.
Yeah, see now I get it with the dog and the duck. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's all we get. That's your sneak teaser of the black and whites and the inking of issue 2. So we're serious about moving this through, and we're really looking to build the fan following that we think we can capture with this.
Very cool. Okay. Well, that was awesome. I loved it. Let me stop the screen.
Welcome to First World, where nothing makes sense and everyone's a joke.
So basically reality.
I think it's great, man. You pitched the book great. And I think you got people intrigued at least. So I think
we're hoping so. We're looking to go ahead and just get the recognition out there and get the word out.
Well, how can you not want to make fun of everything that's been happening for the past 7 years?
Yes.
Really.
How can you not?
I had to. It was a draw. It was a pull. And when I found a good writer, we can bring it home right there. That was awesome. An unintentional double entendre, I guess we'll call it.
Nice.
That's cool. Yeah, you know where any good writers are? Where are those at? I don't know any good writers.
I'm stabbing you the next time we see each other.
Yeah, so I go ahead.
No, I was going to say if I can go ahead and plug a few of our streams, firstworldcomics.com. You can go ahead and follow us there. You can get on our mailing list and keep informed on what we have going on when we have our issues coming out and our mailers coming out and which stores we're in. Or of course, jump on the social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, or First World Comics on all of those as well. Don't forget Facebook or Face Page or Bookface or whatever that one is.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
It's one of them. They can't figure out what name it wants.
We tried Facebook, but we got nothing back from Facebook.
Yeah, no support.
I'm getting a lot more love out of Reddit, believe it or not, than I'm getting out of a lot of these other social media forums, believe it or not.
Tried Reddit.
Because Reddit is
and iFunny. I was invited on a podcast through iFunny, of all places.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool because you're finding an audience, you know what I mean? And that's Reddit is where it's at, man. That's where it's at. We have yet to find, I think, our full audience. Like we have some, but we need to like dive into or tap into something where all the fantasy people are. But I think once we do, yeah, but I mean, you are. I mean, it looks like you're already getting there. Yeah,
we're well on our way. We're giving it a good old college try. I'd like to see a little bit more movement than what the Kickstarter's shown us, but as a good feasibility study, it's taught us a lot.
Well, here's what I'll say: you're not a tried and true creator yet until you've fulfilled. So once you fulfill, I think that's when things will probably open up for you because people will go, well, you know, they make their promises. They give us what they say.
People have been burned by people.
They funded, they've rewarded, they sent it out. Everything's good. So when we hit the Indiegogo, when we hit issue 2, and we hopefully will get a bigger response and a faster response.
It does seem like people normally do that. It's every time they're getting more and more people on.
Well, and to guarantee that we were going to be able to have no problems with it, I had the issues in my hand before we even started the Kickstarter campaign.
Dang, that's really nice.
That's awesome.
So I've can turn around here and grab a few issues and
that's a great thing because people want to know it's kind of a guarantee.
It's real. You know? It's they exist.
Yeah. That's awesome. Very cool.
Well, no, those are vampires. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was what I just picked up out of my.
Well, I can see the Harambe one. I thought that's.
But yeah, the main cover. They do exist. I had the other variants, but no, I picked that one up last time I was at the comic book store. We've been put in a few of the stores, so I've been going around, traveling from store to store, hawking my own creation to the stores that will take me, and I've only been turned down a handful of times. As an independent creator, we've been welcomed very, very quickly into the stores and into the community. That's a blessing.
Well, I think people are looking for something new and fresh. And I went to a city, or it's a town about 30 miles from where I'm at, and they have a comic store. And I went in there and I asked them, and they were the same way. They were like, yeah, bring it in. I think we'll put it on the shelf. And I thought that was pretty amazing. Because I thought we would have to fight for it, you know. Me, you know, but they didn't do that. Yeah, they didn't. They were like, "Hey, you got something."
They've been very supportive for the most part. I have been told no by a couple of comic store owners that did not think it would suit their market.
Yeah, that's so stupid. It's not like their stores are doing great too. You know what I mean?
But like they're going to have no problem selling Deadpool or. Everybody's up to it. It's no more perverse than Shirtless Bear Fighter, in my opinion. So but that's also.
But if you can find a local creator, I mean, especially for the smaller towns, that's going to be something cool. Like big
I was
city,
featured at one of them as comic of the week, believe it or not.
Oh, that's
so that one turned out well for us. I think we pushed 20 issues that week.
Oh, that's
which
nice.
Sounds like a small number, but on your first printing, first go
around,
no, that's nobody.
I don't think that's small. I don't think it's small at all. I mean, how many books did we sell, Murph? We pushed 150 somewhere in there, right?
Yeah,
somewhere close. And when you think about 150 books, it's not that much in number, but it took a lot to get there. And
how many did you have to give away?
Trust.
How many did we give away? We didn't give away any of them.
We didn't give any away.
Oh, okay. That's one thing I might be doing wrong then. Because so when I go into the comic book stores and I'm promoting the book, when they take my book and put it on their shelf, I will give them 5 issues for them to randomly put it into their files, because every comic book store owner has a file in the back, and fans like myself, they have a name in the file and they know what I collect. So if there's a new title coming out that they think I'm going to like, put it in my file. I will buy it. If I don't like it, don't put it in my file next week or next month. It's So I give them 5
I'm just going to show this
issues.
for Murph.
Wait, what?
I'm not reading it out loud. You guys can all read it. Mo's getting on me pretty heavy tonight. But you know what, Doc?
I give them 5 issues.
I don't think that's terrible. I think that's okay. If you know that they're going to do things like that, then go ahead and say, hey, keep this back there just in case. If that's the way you want to market it and it's working, I don't think you ought to change it. The guy that I talked to didn't mention it. Yeah, I mean, he didn't mention anything. He just said, yeah, we can put some on the shelf. And I thought,
yeah, to me, it's usually they're like, what do you want to sell it for? And then they'll get half and we get half. And they'll just put it on like their independent rack.
You see, I brought it to them on consignment.
We didn't get into that
with a contract. So I handed them a contract. They signed the contract. They get the books up front. When they sell them, I get paid. And I already told them how much I'm selling the books for. I could care less what they sell them for.
Yeah.
So I did it a slightly different way. I'm more of a businessman than I am an artist or a creator. That's kind of what I do.
I like your approach to it, though, because but that's a guarantee. You know what I mean? Like you're going to get that.
You're going to give me my books back, or you're going to give me the money. Either way.
And I like that too.
And
I would like to do it that way
on the shelf and gets them out there. I'm already vested. By the time you print and you have them in hand, you've already vested that money.
Mm-hmm.
So you take 10 to 15% as damaged or promos, and those are your giveaways, and the rest of it you go ahead and do your best so that you can make a profit and they can make a profit. Is the way I'm shooting for it, at least.
I think.
Sorry, I'll step backwards off of my soapbox.
No, you're doing great. Crazy Matt.
Damn it, Crazy Matt.
Can we change out Amy as the new co-host in place of Murph? She shows up in time.
I
mean, it's true.
Crazy Matt, I know that you're just not able to express your feelings that I've hurt you, but it will be okay.
Plus, I have confidence Amy can keep Dirk in line. She probably can. Murph, hell no.
It's more entertaining, because you say stuff that's like career-ending suicide shit.
Yeah, but that's the
more
fun
like
stuff.
You've pushed me to the brink, and I'm ready to jump off the ledge. That's really what it's about, right there.
It's okay. First world's on the other side. Come on over. We have cookies.
There it is.
On the other side.
Oh man. Well, Amy, I mean, if that's shocking to you, we go way deeper than that. So don't worry. Just hang around a little bit.
Oh no, that's not shocking to Amy. You should read where we get into with issue 2. Trust me. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, she'd fit right in then. See? It's all good.
Well, we do live in a world now where the Simpsons aren't even shocking, so it's good to have it because nobody's doing it.
Oh, look at this shit. Murph and Dirk break up
they've got plenty of time to make up, and
here we go.
The foreplay might be too much.
Yeah, you killed it. Amy has no interest in co-hosting anymore.
Yep, she's quitting.
You went all the way. That was a meteoric rise, man. You were like all the way to co-host, and then boom, dropped you fast and hard.
Modern culture and whatnots.
Yeah,
you've been canceled. Congratulations.
The pain.
Better now than later.
That's right.
I was kind of actually hoping for a little bit more hate, and that would boost the demand for the comic book a little bit. But we've been way too invited. We haven't pissed off enough people yet.
What do you mean hate? Oh, you mean like actually have like arguments on stream or something?
Any publicity is publicity, isn't it?
Oh,
so whether or not you're raving about how racist I am in issue 1 or how homophobic I am in issue 2, I was just expecting a little bit more backlash than we've received with our Auntie Samantha and our Big Pharma and our whatnots.
I think it's timely, and I think people are they're just sick of the bullshit.
If it was timely,
I believe
for real. No, Dirk,
if it was timely, we would have caught the bullet, and Harambe would still be there celebrating his next birthday. Okay,
well, I was going to say
that's right.
If it's
that's right.
Timely, anti-Samaya would be Kyrie Irving, and not a white female. With everything that's going on, so
yeah, it's refreshing to hear people all say, yeah, we're sick of the bullshit and everything's fucking stupid now, and we
It
want more
is.
content like this, you know.
Yeah.
It's just, it's been really shocking. I wasn't hoping for people to hate the project like Doc. Doc, you're just a weird fucking person.
I was expecting it. Come on, looking at the culture,
Awesome.
when you start throwing out a transgender Uncle Sam and a blobus pharmaceutical agent, you might get some backlash.
I expected it, but I wasn't hoping for it.
I was kind of hoping for it because that's the publicity that they can cancel you faster than they can.
Yeah. Right.
Hey, I mean, I'm not stressed about it,
but
I wasn't like, please.
I'm not disappointed. Let's not go all that far. It's just I had to change course on my marketing path.
Right. But yeah, no, it's been shocking, and that how well people have received this, and I've told some people, you know, on a need to know basis or whatever, and I'm like, we like really go after the gays, we really go after like Muslims and rednecks and Republicans and all the politicians and basically everybody, and everyone I've told that to is like, yeah, okay, yeah, great, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Keep it coming. That's what we want. Just keep it coming.
Fantastic.
I mean, that's the thing. It's just getting to the point where I think
market.
It kind of is, because everybody's trying to be one side or the other. There's nobody
Everyone's
just
too scared.
fuck it all. And
yeah, no, I want the ones that don't fit on either of the other sides, because those are the ones that actually make sense and can and have a sense of humor.
Moderates.
Those are the ones I can actually entertain. They have a sense of humor. They know how to laugh.
Right.
They know how to take a joke, not just suck the fun out of life.
I just miss the 1990s.
Yeah, like Murph.
I just wish it could be like that again, where people were normal, their brains functioned for the most part.
Well, Derek's a hard right. Like he's really red Republican, but he could still take
what?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
on Tuesdays.
I'm not hard right. I'm not hard right. I'm slightly I teeter.
You're not in the middle.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle. You're not in the middle.
No, you're like
pretty.
I think you're left
on the right.
The elections we've had over the past several years have just been which is the shinier turd. It's not really been an election.
Oh God! I feel like my whole adult life has been that. I mean, I've been far right and far left both times in my life, and both have. Honestly, how I look at it, what they both stand for, they both fail for. Democrats are supposed to be about helping the poor.
No difference.
All their cities have all the poor people. Nothing's changing.
Republicans
really are about less government. George Bush passed the one law that's most government than ever. So
trash.
It's the Kansas City Shuffle. It's a don't look behind the curtain.
Yeah. I say that all the time. It's make everybody look left when you go right. Yeah, the Kansas City Shuffle. Yeah.
Derek, I'm not middle. I don't know how many times I'm a libertarian. That's
you said you were middle.
They're just lost.
You said that.
Yeah, for real.
Libertarians, we're just lost. We're just like, just keep looking at the sky. Maybe one
day. Let's just go full on
on
anarchy and see how that one works out for everyone. Come on, we're all big. Ooh, here's a great idea. Have we tried just everybody not being jerks to each other?
Yeah.
Have we just tried that?
Are you new here? That's not even possible. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, it depends where you live. Earth?
Yeah, no doubt. Look at this. Crazy Man said
big impact.
Crazy Man says, I'd say Dirk leans right, Murph leans left. Yes, that's true.
There's a lot of left I do not like.
Yeah, I'm going to lean backwards a little bit to try to get out of the storm.
Right. Is a question that has caused Murph to miss so many episodes of the show, just gazing single-mindedly into the bowl.
Oh my God.
Hey, you know,
and he's not denying it. That's what's even best. Oh, this is good. This is real good.
Y'all get dragged by your comment section.
Oh yeah. I mean,
they don't know what leads to there, so the joke's on them.
Oh, those are gross details. We don't need that. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I guess the politics thing, I'm okay with people being other than me.
Right.
There has to be other than me.
That's what you got to be.
Or this whole world would be
crazy. That's where I'm at.
I have to hear another side, or how do I know that they're wrong?
Yes, that's where I'm at too. Yeah, and who can I tell they're wrong if they're not different than me?
Exactly. If everybody thought the same, well, then they would be right.
Damn it.
Murph, wait. There's Murph. I can tell Murph he's wrong. So there is one person. So I don't need
you could tell me I'm wrong, but then I laugh, being like, "What the hell is this guy thinking?"
Oh my
god. Getting back to the grassroots of the show, ripping on Murph. Shit.
It depends what
there is no Murph. This is just a figment of your imagination.
The newest AI.
He's not really here, Crazy Matt. I don't believe he's really here. I think I'm just hearing him in my head, and you guys are just responding to what I am projecting to you all. Somehow, Murph.
So you're fucking nuts, is what you're telling us.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yep.
Knocking futs.
I can't. Or I'm in disbelief that you showed up. That's what it is. So.
Me too.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Anyway, thank you so much for having us.
We had a very good time.
Anyway.
Yeah. No, I actually do think your book has a great
I really like it.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And Amy froze on us. Look at her. She's all frozen. What a good pose.
There she is.
Did you know you froze up?
We thought it was a fun idea,
That's
and we
good.
had to entertain it because, if we didn't entertain it, I might have to run for office or something with my time. That wouldn't be good. No.
Oh,
no.
man. Yeah, there has to be an outlet.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do something else. This is more fun.
No doubt. Well, so you guys are funded. So now you're just looking to grow.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we are fully funded right there at the very end of the finish line. We funded yesterday. And we expire tomorrow. So the campaign is over tomorrow at midnight.
Okay. Man. What do you guys plan doing when the campaign's over? Are you going to have a website or anything to sell?
We actually have a website up there already. It's firstworldcomics.com. And you can follow us there. You can buy the book directly from there once the campaign ends. And I am probably going to go ahead and try my luck at Indiegogo because I am slightly disappointed with the performance we got with Kickstarter.
So I know Kickstarter uses a different type of platform than Indiegogo. Kickstarter, I think you have to build on the back of other books. So like if you get connected to a book, then you're one of like, I don't know, a handful of comics that are connected. And then you get connected to other people and you help carry them. And so it's almost like this building on each other. It's weird. And so you have to know people. Yeah. And you have to get connected so that you grow. And Indiegogo doesn't work that way. So
no, but Indiegogo does also allow you to move your goalpost and change with different strategies that you may be seeing works and what doesn't work. Indiegogo gives you a little bit more flexibility on that as well. So it's something I think we might go ahead and try next, just to test both waters and see where we fit best.
Right. Mo says Kickstarter backers don't take you seriously until you have at least 20 variant covers. I've seen that before.
For real?
We've seen literally
covers.
Why would I need 20 variant covers? That's just absurd. If you have to collect all 20 of them, like myself, that's
I've seen 26 or 27 different covers. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But I would say get yourself into some other chats, get yourself known around there, and then start going to other shows.
Things, like go on Twitter with Anthony Jeselnik or
well, hold on. That's a different strategy, but I'm talking about I'm just talking about with the comic community. You're going to want to get known.
Yeah.
I mean like on YouTube.
Oh, gotcha.
Get in the chats like we have here. Start interacting with people, and then get onto other shows and start pushing your book. And talk to them about what you're doing and then launch. So that way you build a little more of a community. And
before you even begin. Yeah, we did it backwards. We launched and then started pushing the launch. And that was not a good strategy.
Right. And so, and you can even do like a second chance, call it a second chance campaign or something like that. And maybe add a different, not a cover, but maybe another
merchandise or something
like that. Yeah. So it's worth people to look at again, and maybe they'll want to back something. And
And once you fund once, and you're proven to be able to be funded and get through with the rewards, everybody receive them and they're happy, and you're more likely to go ahead and garner the support further.
Right.
Yes. Yep. But I would say get in those chats and build that support, maybe for a little while before you launch again. I wouldn't wait too long, but you know what I mean. Do it a little bit.
Well, and we also need to go ahead and make sure we've got plenty of room to finish up for issue 2, because we're hoping to be finished with issue 2 by shortly after the year. So mid-January, that one hopefully will be lining out and finishing up.
Wow.
We're pushing through as fast as we can. We're trying to produce 5 pages a week.
Yeah, and I get to color the whole thing, so we'll see what.
So yes, we might have an open casting call for colorists if anybody's interested. Yeah, Amy is. She's done all facets of the creative, from the writing to the illustrating to the coloring to that variant cover. A is her cover, so she did the line art, the coloring, all of the entire cover was her.
Very cool. Okay, yeah, that's a big task. So good luck with that.
Well, I would appreciate.
Hopefully, you guys get a color.
Any advice you guys have to give, and honestly, I've really liked talking to you. If you guys want to exchange and keep in contact on social media and stuff, I'd also love to see your project and your art and your writing and everything.
Sure.
We know people have been successful on Twitter, where Twitter will have like hashtag, what is it, Wednesday something, where you show new art or a new
work in progress Wednesday.
Yeah, things like that on Twitter. That if you can get those hashtags.
You might need to jump in on those. I stumbled accidentally on the Harambe hashtag. So if you put Harambe in anything on Twitter,
that's awesome. That's why you're on Reddit.
You probably offended so many people with that.
So Twitter, you can do like self-promo Saturday as well.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Self-promo.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. Yeah.
Progress Wednesday.
We had a creator that she made a lot of sales, and that's all she did.
Oh yeah,
she would just go on Twitter and just keep hitting the hashtags, and that's how she got people.
But
magic.
She promoted other people, so she got locked in with other people and started promoting them, and then that got the word out because she was friendly with everybody. So it really built. And so I would say that's.
And I believe that's all she did to get right. Isn't that what she told us?
Well, some people get really upset if they hear you're just in it for yourself and you're just promoting yourself all the time. You need to help push other people, give everybody else a little shove, and you'll start getting it back yourself. So,
which you should do. I mean, honestly,
the golden rule.
Yeah, absolutely. And artists, they like to talk about support other artists. So,
yeah, that is.
And once you do that, don't disappear.
No, she was on her show twice, right?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen her for a while, but that don't mean anything.
Any number of things could have happened. Maybe she got
something
shiny could have
cool thing on
Look at Murph. He disappears off this show all the fucking time, and then he just pops up whenever he feels like it. And everyone's like, "Oh, I'm glad Murph's back. Let's bring 10 people in to watch now."
Oh my god.
But she did some really cool things. She did. What would she do? Wood sculptures of like the demonic monsters in her story?
No, that's a different person.
Wasn't she the one though that was on Twitter?
Yeah,
she was.
Yeah,
You're
talking about Rennie. Rennie does that, or Rennie.
Wasn't she the one though also that got her success off Twitter? Or am I thinking someone else?
No,
I was thinking
of someone else. Nope, somebody else.
Okay,
but that's okay. The idea is there and it works. So
I
mean, everybody can follow us.
Media platforms before all of this, so I'm still trying to learn it at the same time.
Yeah, that's what we did too. It was all learning curve.
Literally just made a Twitter like 2 weeks ago.
We were doing Facebook, and Facebook got us nothing.
I'm getting much more love out of Reddit and iFunny than I'm getting out of Facebook.
I haven't heard of anyone doing Reddit, so that's really interesting. You guys might have.
It is.
There's actually several communities on Reddit with of creators. Now the moderators are a little weird on some of them, but just jump in and piss everybody off. You'll figure it out.
Yeah,
that's the way of Reddit, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. Reddit's always been a hot place to go.
But I've actually gotten quite a bit of love out of Reddit.
That's very cool.
I've never got on Reddit. I don't really know how to use it, so I'd have to navigate.
I've been on it for like other projects and stuff, never myself, but it doesn't seem too difficult. It's basically just a message board. What do you mean? I bet you for that.
No, I've heard that. I've heard that it's dangerous place.
You can find anything you want on Reddit, and you can find a lot of things you don't want to find. Also, yeah, it's a very sleazy place.
Right.
It's a great place to go if you want to lose all your faith in humanity.
Oh yes. There is nobody has respect for anybody on that platform. Everybody hates everything.
Very true.
You will not be promoted nicely, but it doesn't really matter because you get out there, people start hating on it, and they hate on it because they like it, and it's a totally different culture, but it's interesting.
Right. It's kind of like our chat.
Yeah, it's a lot like this. You all could fit very nicely there. And that look for fantasy groups on there as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we're more in the fantasy genre, I guess you could say. And
definitely.
it is hard. Like we've even tried to get into, the role-playing TTRPGs.
Oh, yeah.
All those things like the RPG games.
I'd love to play those again once I get enough time.
Honestly, Dungeons and Dragons is getting super, super popular again all of a sudden the last couple of years. So maybe if you went on like some D&D Reddit forums, or designated forums for it, or I don't know, start tagging them all over YouTube and Instagram. Maybe, I don't know. Because that's tricky. Fantasy. I'm trying to think like where do you even go to find other people who are interested in fantasy consumption? Like,
it's tough. It's really tough. I mean, there are people who love, like Frazetta, like the artist, Frank Frazetta. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Drew a lot of the old Conan paintings and things like that. So
he's kind of
certain artists.
They went to him when, like, for the Lord of the Rings movies, especially the dark stuff like Mordor and everything. They kind of went off of his drawings.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who love a lot of it, but it's just where do they go? How do you find them? How do you talk to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is Twitter stuff where people just like create monsters or characters and things like that.
I still go old school, like above comic book shops trying to peddle it at. I'm also going to novelty stores and different adult type stores. Like I've even tried to. It's on my list to go to, but even the adult novelty stores would probably be a good market to put a comic book like this. I'll have no competition. It will be seen.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
So don't restrict yourself to just a book market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. You're right.
Well, I want to connect with you guys on social media because I do want to see your project.
Okay.
I'm genuinely
my Twitter's up here on the KJ Murphy 518. Eric should have his on here because it's weird as hell. It doesn't make sense. It looks so weird. It's like he had a mental breakdown when he did it.
I'm connected to Doc, and you should be able to find me. So if you just put in DROKK, DROKK.
But it's not spelled that
DROKK. Yeah, I mean it's capital and lowercase, but if you just type it in, it'll come up in the search. I'll be there.
Don't you have like an underline bar in there too, something like that?
It's underscored, but it's fine. It's all good.
DROKK what? I'm like literally on right now.
Just at DROKK. It should just be at DROKK.
You'll see his stupid face on it.
D_ROKK_.
Oh, okay.
And it'd be Ballad of the Celestials. You'll see our book. You'll see art.
He's making a face like derp. That's his face that he was with on there. See, there it is. There's the derp face.
Whatever. D-Rock is Dirk's rap name. That's exactly right.
That's not a bad name though, right?
Word. And Crazy Mad wants to know what your Twitters are. Do you guys have Twitter handles?
Yeah.
Yes, let me look. My Twitter handle is @FirstWorldComic.
That's it.
Just like that.
Yep, that's it. @FirstWorldComic.
COMIC, no K's, nothing.
No, there's nothing. It's all one word. @FirstWorldComic.
Oh, that's nice.
Mine is @good_, and then I'm more on Instagram though, which is
okay.
I don't even. It's
your Twitter went out on
good
me
Amy J.
I don't know if she went out for.
Oh
yeah, you.
Yeah. Repeat your Twitter again.
Oh, the Twitter, I literally just made it and I'm barely ever on it, but it's @AJGood_.
Okay.
And I'm going to add KG Murphy.
I don't know if you should add him. Don't do it. I'm just giving you great advice right now.
Hey, I got more Twitter followers than you, so suck it.
That don't mean shit.
You can even jump on Instagram for First World Comic as well. So it's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay. It's all First World Comic.
Yeah, I don't even have my own Instagram. We've talked about it, but we've never done it. Have you guys gotten?
I'm on Instagram and I'm moving on there. The problem I find with Instagram is it's all image driven. So you have to have an image to attach anything to.
Sure, but I mean, if you're showing your art from the book.
Right, you're showing art.
Yeah. So. But I've got to manipulate the different images in order to, it's not. It's a great way to communicate. There's a lot of people on Instagram that you can message and talk to. Yes,
they have a built-in shop feature now. Also, like on Instagram, they have a built-in shop feature too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So I know a bunch of comic book sellers will list comic books for sale there, and then like short videos, and then link it to all their other socials or their eBay or whatever too. It's kind of neat. Cool. It is cool. Yeah, I like that.
But I don't like the platform of Instagram, and I think it's hard to use because it's only mainly, pictures. And so I kind of stay away from it because, it doesn't let me interact with anybody.
Yeah. I
don't feel social.
You can't type on a person's picture and be like, "Oh, that's awesome." You can just
you can comment.
Yeah. So I don't. I love it. I think it's the best one in my opinion. I like rather look at stuff though than read because I'm a dumb idiot who grew up on the fucking internet. So that's how I'm like, ooh, picture, got it. Twitter, 3 sentences. I'm like, oh, that's too fucking long. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do a lot of audiobooks where I will put a book in my ear and go to work and just go through a whole book.
Oh, that's cool. That's even a big thing now, like Spotify, where people are doing audible stories.
I haven't went that far yet. I'm actually still doing the full books from I forgot the name of the website. It's one of the ones you can download a full audiobook for. And
Amazon or audiobook or
it's one of those. I forget which one it was. I've been through a couple of them now, just searching for specific titles. But I'm starting to stumble across and listen to more and more podcasts. So I'm thinking searching Spotify a bit more and going down the podcast route might be very entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like that idea as well because I don't. There are times when I don't want to just cover comic books. I want to cover a lot of other topics, and I think we might draw different people in by covering other things. And then saying, oh, by the way, we have comic too. And then, like music. I love music and I feel like art and music go hand in hand and comics and music go hand in hand in a lot of ways too. So
absolutely.
I feel like we're, we can grab a lot of people in that audience alone.
Yeah, probably because it's all considered art, Derek. That's what,
Oh, good one there, Murph. Glad you picked that one up.
I'm pretty sure there was someone in the audience that was like, music and art together?
This is seriously the guy that I partnered with. Why did I do this? Who the hell told me to make a comic with this guy? I don't know.
I think the comic book was your idea. I had the novels.
Shit,
you're the one that made it into. Yeah, that was your fault. You should have never drawn Batman at that training.
That's true, I did.
Would have never told you about the book.
Damn, 5 years down the fucking tube. Oh gosh. Well, we appreciate you coming on anyway.
Thank you so much.
You guys are always welcome back.
Yeah,
you guys need to promote something again.
Oh, absolutely.
We hope your book grows. And I would say definitely jump over to other platforms and do what you can because the bigger the audience, the better. And, that's just where it's at. So, jump into, some other shows, man. Get in the chats and interact. They're a lot of fun. And you'll get some new relationships, And then next thing you know, those people are pushing your book as well. So
there's actually a list on Dojo Kun Comics. He has an Adobe file that has everyone's show on it, what night at what time, and Twitter handles.
Dojo what?
Kun Comics. So it's DOJO KUN Comics. Is it COMICS, or does he spell it different?
Yeah. No, it's
regular. Okay.
Got it. I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Yeah, it'll give you a list of all the YouTube channels, and then you can see, like who's streaming when. Get in there, interact, and then eventually you can even like maybe jump on some of those channels.
Yeah, that's all I did is I tweeted people saying I was looking to get on shows, and then some people got back and got a good number of shows from that.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah, really cool.
Very cool. Well, thank you. I'd like to keep in touch, guys. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for coming on. And everybody, we will catch you again sometime soon. Don't know. I don't know when Murph will come back. I'm not going to say next Tuesday because we know Murph ain't going to show up. So
did we get more viewers on Wednesday since that was the first time we ever did it on Tuesday?
No.
Even
we
though
had negative
Tuesday
viewers.
Seems to be, huh?
Well, on Wednesday, isn't that when actually there's a lot of 8 o'clock slots on Wednesday? You might be competing with other podcasts.
We didn't have anyone on Tuesday when we started, but now there's tons of people.
There's a ton. Yeah, when I logged into my YouTube just a couple hours ago, like a bunch of my subs were on. I was like, wow.
All streaming at the same time.
I think it's just the nature of the beast we're in right now. Everybody's doing channels and they're getting their shows up.
Right.
So that's why I was like, I think we ought to just hold our ground because I don't think it matters. We're going to have somebody stepping on somebody's toes. So,
hey, somebody should go ahead and do a channel just surfing their channels.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There you go.
There's who's streaming today.
You just made a whole show. So, okay, everybody. Well, we will catch you again soon.
Good night. So, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
See ya.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
You just kicked them out.